more importantly, judiciary is the last hope for the sustenance of democracy itself. If elites do not write justice on black and white, ignorant men will write it on ground with blood. If the judiciary do not write justice on black and white, ignorant men will write justice on the ground with blood. It's not my quote. So we should be very careful. Very, very careful. So when people are going to judiciary, it is to make sure that the peaceful transfer of power, as ensured by democracy, which is government of the people, by the people, for the people, is ensured. They should be careful the way they deliver judgment. It is not the duty of the judiciary to make the law. The legislature can overrule decided case by simply amending the law. The judiciary cannot overrule a legislation. They can only review it to know whether it contradicts another legislation. Meaning, the only reason the court can interfere with a piece of law is to know whether the legislature has done a law that contradicts its own law. So the court has no business, except where there is a lacuna, no law. Then they can now come in under the overarching principle of wherever there is law, there must be remedy. To put a remedy. Using your discretion to give technical judgments is illegal in itself, and the Supreme Court in itself has said the court has no jurisdiction to use its discretion to overrule the express provisions of a statute. So, as we are going into 63 years, I am pleading with the judiciary. They should be careful, because when we do not have strong institutions, we could still have strong individuals that want to manipulate the institutions for their own selfish ends. And the only protection that the system will have is the judiciary. So as we're getting to 63 is getting to grandfather. Nigeria is getting to grandfather level. We should be able to have children, grandchildren, that reflect what we want our nation to be. We are taking too long to mature. At 63, we are still drinking milk. We have not grown in anything. We discovered oil 58, even before independence. And we are importing 100% of our refined crude. Not even a baby country that has oil can afford to be doing that. Our naira is going to 1,000. Going to 1,000 to $1. And 1,000 plus to the pounds. And when we got independence, our naira was stronger than the pound. So we are actually degenerating. And not in our stars, but in ourselves. We are the most blessed country in the whole world. We have our gold. We have our lithium. We have our iron. We have our tin. We have our coal. Growing like carrots. Foreign countries are coming to mine it under our nose. We have our oil flowing like a river. We have our cattle to give us milk. A land flowing with oil and milk. 850 kilometers of coastal line. We can survive on blue economy alone. We can survive on solid mineral alone. We can survive on oil alone. You can imagine if we are refining our diesel, kerosene, jet fuel, condensate, all the things, and we are exporting them. With exporting our crude, we can survive on them alone. And yet you have the combination of all these things. And should we not say that we have cursed leaders, that we have all these things, and we are wallowing in poverty? And out of 200 million persons, 133.3 are suffering from multidimensional poverty. We are depraved and deprived. We can't go through our streets without being afraid that we will be kidnapped, terrorized, or robbed. We cannot embark on nightlife. In the southeast, you have the unknown gunmen killing at will. In the south, you have the oil thieves. In the southwest, you have the cultists and ritualists. In the north central, you have the killer headsmen and terrorists. In the northwest, you have the bandits, terrorists and kidnappers. In the northeast, you have the insurgents, IDPs. And we have what it takes to put an end to this. And as we're moving to 63, if the judiciary can live up to its expectation today, we will not have all these cases we are having in courts. You know, the Chief Justice of Nigeria said Nigeria is the most litigious nation on earth. You know why? Because the judiciary is not living up to its bidding. If every lawyer knows that if he brings this case to court, this must be the judgment, even the clients will not go to court. But everybody is going to court because they believe they can have a judge they can influence to give them judgment that they want. That's the truth. Why don't they go to courts abroad? They will tell you what the courts will say, and that's what the court will say, because the court will determine according to law. So if the Chief Justice of Nigeria does not want Nigerians to be the most litigious people on earth, let him just do one thing. Any judge that does not give judgment based on the law should be sanctioned. Can you imagine in the tribunals throughout, you can see the contradictory judgments. In Plateau State alone, tribunals were giving contradictory judgments, removing some people, returning some people on the same issue about whether PDP has structure or not. So if the Chief Justice of Nigeria wants Nigerians today not to be the most litigious people on earth, is easy. Any judge that does not rule according to law should be sanctioned. Simple. You will see all the judges now sit up. You will see many people, they won't go to court. Quote me. I am a lawyer. And I know what my clients, what they feel. So what I do, because I know I don't go to any judge at all, whatsoever. Anybody that is telling you that all our judges are corrupt is not telling you the truth. Because I'm a lawyer. I've won most of my cases and I have never visited any judge. Tell your clients the truth. This case cannot go. This case can go. The most place we have problem is in political issues. Because you have political interference. And then a lot of judges who cannot sustain or be strong enough to withstand the political pressure cave in.